Okay, I guess we can get started. Good afternoon to all the tech enthusiasts present here. My name is Rachita, and today I'll be presenting this webinar on GPT-4 omni, which is like the cutting edge tool which is revolving around nowadays. So without any further ado, we'll get started. So what is this GPT-4 Omni? So this is one of the sophisticated iteration that OpenAI has released, and it has this powerful pre-trained transformer series, which is developed by OpenAI. And this state-of-the-art model excels in understanding like not only the NLP part, also it is able to generate some very complex stuff. And it has this ability to integrate this multimodal capabilities, as in we can combine the input as text or images or any other forms of input so that we can get or create a unified user experience. So let's talk about the architecture of GPT-4 Omni. So when we talk about GPT, and it has very other models as well previously released. So when we talk about this 4 Omni model, so this has shown a advanced major advancement in the AI technology, and it has built upon a very strong foundation when it is compared with the other previous models released. And we can say that there are several improvements also in this is there in this upcoming model. And those are like, first one is the multimodal transformer backbone. So this uses the unified transformer architecture in order to pre-process the input. Here the multimodal inputs are images, or text or videos or audio. All these things are the input which is taken, which is accepted here. And when using this unified transformer, we can process the data completely, and we can build a model on it, and we can query on those model. And then the second one is the extended context window. Here, when we compare with the GPT-4 model, so the tokens which is provided is way huge. The context is way huge here, and because of this it is able to build a contextual understanding the whole whole environment. When we talk about a conversation which is going on with the user and the model, and we get more accurate and more contextually appropriate responses when we use this GPT-4 online model. And then third one we have is dynamic attention mechanism. So here it is able to allocate computational resources very effectively, and because of this, there is a we can see an optimization in the speed or the time response time, wherein the response comes out when the input is given as a query. And then we can also see a good accuracy or optimized accuracy in this GPT-4 Omni model. And then the fourth one is the hierarchical encoding. Here we get to see we get to see this model catering wide range of applications, such as we can even do a high level summary of some paragraph, or up to a high very detailed technical task also it can perform, and it is able to give explanation for the work it has done. So it caters a wide range of application. So this is about the architecture. So this block diagram shows whatever was there in the previous slide. So here we get the input data, and then we have a multimodal input. That is, it can be a image or a text, a paragraph, or a audio or video. It can be. And then this is no, with the help of unified transformer. This helps in processing all this input data, and using a single weight it is able to pre-process all this data and perform a LLM task on that particular input. And then we have this dynamic attention mechanism, wherein the computational resources are allocated effectively, and based on that the model performs very well when compared to previous models. And also the speed and the accuracy is also optimized. And then because of all these things it is able to cater wide range of application. And because of this is also achieved by this context window, increase in the context window. And because of this a long conversation can happen with between a model and user, and the whole context is captured very powerful in a very powerful way, and then we get the output data. So let's look into the key structures and capabilities. So the first one is the multimodal integration. So as we have discussed this, this model uses unified transformer in order to pre-process the image, text, video, and audio, and this will enrich the whole interaction process of the model by using this GPT-4. And then the second one we have here is enhanced contextual understanding. So again, this provides a high contextual window, and the number of tokens which it can process in a minute has been increased compared to previous models. And then we have here is advanced personalization. So in the advanced personalization, we can personalize the whole setup. We can ask the model to respond in certain way, or we can change the style of the way it replies to me or the user as a user, and we can personalize all those things. We can twist and turn, bend the direction of the response in the way that we want in our application or to solve our problem statement. Then we have is ethical AI and robust safeguards. So this GPT-4 online model will follow all the ethical guidelines, which is like very important. Legally as well, and it is able to give some safer outputs, because giving a no non-harmful content on the screen as an output is very important. And then we have is adaptive learning and evolution. So in this, whenever the in the whole environment where the user and the model is doing any conversation, so there is always a need of adaptive learning. That means if the user wants to change the context, or move the response in certain direction, so for all these things, this GPT models responds well. And then we have a superior problem solving and reasoning. This reasoning is one of the, and also mathematical reasoning and logical reasoning is always a problem for this generative AIs and LLM models, because it is not able to give proper response when it comes to this certain domain. So this model relatively performs well when we give a problem statement related to this any problem solving and also logical reasoning. So these are about the key structures and capabilities of GPT-4o. Then this slides we can discuss about what can GPT-4o do. So there are like several things I've listed here. These are like some of those several. And the first one is the real-time interaction. So the model and the user can have the real-time interaction using speech or voice, and the task can be done. And then there is also a study saying that the model responds in 232 milliseconds with an average of 320 milliseconds, which is almost similar to what human does the conversation. So this is a very powerful model when we look into these studies. And then we have a knowledge-based Q&A. So here we can ask the query on the data that we have uploaded. We can build retrieval augmented generation RAG models on it, and then we can get the relevant information from the outsourced document. So it can do a better job when we talk about GPT-4o. And then we can do certain tasks like text summarization and generation. This was also been done with the 4 Turbo and 4 models, but the accuracy of the response and the contextual understanding and getting an appropriate response is richer in this 4o model. And then here multimodal reasoning and generation can be done. The inputs can be anything like text, video, audio, or image. It performs well on all those things. And then we have this language and audio processing, and then we can get sentiment analysis like emotion detection we can do from this. The model is able to capture this for some extent. And then we have voice nuance. So here when we speak with other person, so we also look into the tone with which the person is speaking, and also the pronunciation and all those things. Each and every minute detail matters. So that is able to not able to crack it, but for some extent GPT-4o follows all those guidelines to give the response when it comes to a real-time conversation or interaction. And then we have audio content analysis. We can upload an audio and then get the query based result out of it. And then we can have this real time translation, and we can image understanding and vision, like the capability of understanding an image and querying on that image. That task can also be done from this. And then we can do data analysis, file uploads, and then we have memory component in this model as well. And then the contextual awareness is very rich in this model, as in the tokens are very in a high number, so that the whole conversation is built upon is very rich, and then it can be a longer one as well. And then we have as again this larger context window, and then this has certain limit of this hallucination has been decreased, and then which is leading to the improved safety when we use this GPT-4 model. So I've been telling that this model performs better than previous models. So let's see a high-end comparison between these models. So first one we have here is GPT-4. So this is able to do the text generation, and it has the improved understanding with the concept or the context with which the user is giving the input when we compare it with 3.5 or 3 GPT models. So coming to Turbo, GPT-4 Turbo, this is a cost-efficient model, and the speed of with which the response comes up, it has been decreased. This is achieved using the pruning and some quantization techniques. And then we have higher rate limits, that is number of tokens that it can take per minute. So this rate has also increased. So this is about 4 turbo. So let's talk about the difference, how it differs from this 4 omni differs from other two models. So this is able to do the real-time voice communication and emotion nuance, as we discussed, like each and every minute details it is able to capture in its AI voice for some extent. And then real-time vision capabilities, it can do RAG, or query. We can query the images, and then we can code reading through vision. So as a developer, we'll be having several code snippets and stuff. So these things can be analyzed using this 4 omni model. And then we can prepare data and chart reading, and we can do data visualization and analysis. So all those things we can do here. And there is an improvement in non-English language support. So in the previous, it was only restricted with the English language, but now it has shown some improvement in giving a multilingual support. So let's look into this image, wherein it is taken from the Tech Target article. And here it says about, again, the same differences between these three models across various aspects. So here we have the release date. GPT-4 was released in March 14 on 2023, and GPT-4 Turbo on November 2023, and GPT-4o recently, May 13, 2024. So when we talk about the context window, so GPT-4 has very less, that is 8,192 tokens it can handle, and Turbo and the 4 Omni model can have 128,000 tokens, and every model comes up with a knowledge cutoff. So this GPT-4 model has the cutoff of September 2021, and GPT-4 Turbo April 2023, and GPT-4 Omni has a knowledge cutoff until October 2023. So when we talk about input modalities, so GPT-4 can handle text and limited, proficiency with the image. But when it comes to GPT-4 Turbo and Omni, this Turbo can take a text very well, and for some extent images also well. But this 4 Omni ultimately has the full capabilities of dealing with multimodal inputs, and same thing with the vision. The basic things can be done using GPT-4, and GPT-4 Turbo can has this enhanced text, and it includes image generation via DALI 3. And then GPT-4 Omni, here we have this advanced vision and audio capabilities. And then again, this multimodal capabilities, GPT-4 has limited access to it. And then GPT-4 Turbo has the enhanced image and text processing capabilities, and the GPT-4 has this full integration with the text, image, and audio multimodal inputs. So coming to the cost thing, when we talk about it, when it comes to business, so this GPT-4 has a standard cost, but GPT-4 Turbo has like it's like 3 times cheaper than comparatively with this GPT-4, and this omni model is like 50% less costlier than GPT-4 Turbo model. So this makes it economically feasible model with many features and many capabilities. So, as we have discussed so long, like why do we even have to use this GPT-4 Omni? To summarize it all, so one thing is like it's like unparalleled flexibility towards any use cases. So it has this multimodal input, approval from it can take that all those multimodal inputs, and it can take image and text in a good way, and also video and audio in coming days, and it shows a rich interaction and more versatile application can be built over this GPT-4 Omni model. And then we have second point is enhanced user experience. So when this model is unparalleled flexibility, it shows such behavior, so it automatically enhance the user's experience. The user experience gets richer when we talk about various range of applications using this GPT-4 Omni. And the third one is obviously the cost effectiveness. It's like 50% less costlier than GPT-4 Turbo model, and it's like efficient, and the speed and accuracy is also optimized. So to talk about the price, so this GPT plus subscribers can use this with $20 per month, with all these enhanced experience they can get from this GPT-4 Omni model. And to talk about the token distribution, so input tokens comes with $5 per million tokens, and then the output tokens comes with $15 per million token output tokens. So this is about the cost part of it, and how this is going to benefit you when you use this GPT-4 Omni model. So one is the rapid response time, as I said, using some techniques like pruning, quantization, it is able to uh, reduce the response time, or the time with which the output comes up to the user on the screen. So that is a great change that we get to see in this 4 Omni model. And then improved vision and audio understanding. So this is in the coming days we will also get this video and audio understanding models on the websites. And then previously it was having only a hard stop that only it can handle only English language, but now it can support up to 50 languages. So that is like huge. And the fourth point is the faster and more capable processing. So because of this unified transformer architecture, using a single weight, it can pre-process multimodal um, inputs, and because of it with because of this it becomes more ultimate way of using this in our applications. And this is like freely accessible, anyone can access it by paying some dollars of money to get the enhanced experience from for Omni. And then integrating this with the API integration, or our application, or whatever the problem statement that we're solving, so this becomes very easy to integrate it with our application. And the support to human effort, so without replacing the job, it makes the effort of human easier, and it becomes because of using all these models, the user output also get enriched when we talk about using such models like GPT-4 Omni. So to,
One question I had was how they were able to reduce the cost. They added so many capabilities, but cost went down.
yeah,
Now it's the other way around, right? So
yes. So because of the quantization and all these pruning techniques they use here, that makes it less costlier than the previous models. And also it is able to allocate the computational resources very effectively. And because of this capability, the speed also decreases, and the time taken to give the responses, it may be, or accuracy increased. So all these things caters to reduce the token amount or the price of the the model subscription to a lesser stage.
Okay.
So, to talk about the safety and limitations, so this ensures a safe interaction with GPT-4o. So, this what it does it filters the training data and it refines the model's behavior after the training, and it develops a safety system for the voice output, because getting a non-harmful output is very important, and it does this extensive evaluation in order to decrease the potential risk that it can give legally, as well as from a user point of view the harmful results should not come up as in when, and also it has to be a very effective result for our problem statement. So the GPT-4o is able to cater all these problems, but despite of all these advancements, GPT-4 has some certain limitations. For example, when we spoke about this nuanced uh, you know um, audio, it is taking the nuanced way of taking this output, sorry, the input. So it is able to understand the concepts. It is able to figure out the minute details in the speech, pronunciation, the way or the tone, for example. So it is able to do all those things for some extent, but when we talk about contextual understanding of an audio or a video, and when we give cultural references, at that point it becomes a little difficult for the GPT-O to cater this particular problem of giving a nuanced experience of audio or AI voice. And also giving a safer output is very important at this stage, and this is like an ongoing research, and it is being addressed throughout, so that there is no potential risk involved in getting a safer output. So this is about the safety and the limitation. So here we have a comparison across the models with respect to some benchmark data sets. So firstly, we have like GPT-4o Omni, GPT-4 Turbo, Gemini Pro 1.5, and Claude 3 Opus, which is by Anthropic. So the first one is the massive multitask language understanding model. As we can see here, this GPT-4o and Opus is able to perform well, and it is like the score is like above 75. The second data set we have is good practice quality assurance dataset. And then here GPT-O and Opus, again, it is able to perform well above 50, the score shows. And then the mathematical reasoning, GPT-O Omni stands ahead in the queue. And then when we talk about human evaluation dataset, again, this GPT-4 and Opus, as well as this Turbo, stands ahead. And then we have MGSM, that is multilingual grade school mathematics. So here we get to see all the models are performing quite well, with Opus being a little much, little forward than this 4 Omni model. And then we have a drop data set, which is discrete reasoning over paragraph. So in this, Turbo is working well, a little more than the GPT 4 Omni model. So let's talk about some of the application that it caters. So first one is the content creation. So this can be done with the GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4 models as well. But here we get to see more enhanced result, more accurately, more contextually accurate response we get to see here. And then we can do customer service here, and because we have a live interaction with AI and the user, we can also build such model on this. Also, we can have a conversational based customer service built on this model, and then it can be a useful application in education, and when it comes to business, it can do the business analysis, market trends, all those things it can do until the knowledge cut off. And then also we can do on the company data or some other data, we can do the analysis, we can get the insights from it, we can do all those things. And then in the healthcare domain, we can integrate this with the GPT-4 or generative AI, as in. So here in this we can for example, we can have a note, a live note of a patient and doctor conversation, we can analyze that a speech, and then we can, if any model is built on some images, we get to analyze those images. For example, some X-rays or some ECG or MRIs, we can extract values from it, and then we can classify it, because only using these models. And then in the software development area, this can be a very useful model as well. So it can, for example, we can get some sample testing codes. We can get the completion of the code, and we'll be having code snippets as an image. We can get to complete that or analyze that, and so on. And then we can, it can be useful in legal and financial backgrounds or the domains as well. And when it comes to marketing, so it can be a very helpful tool in SEO as well. And then a personal use, of course. And after that, we have translation of language, and it can be a helpful tool for R&D as well. It can give a high end, also deep technical knowledge to the user, and also it can help in writing a technical paper. And for HR and recruitment, we can, maybe as an example, we can provide a resume and provide the JD, and we can get the model to do the screening process. So there are like endless possibilities here. And then we can be, it can be useful in arts and entertainment domain. Like it can write a poem, and it can write the good content and so on. And also when we talk about data analysis and visualization, so before we used to do it traditionally by having MLDL code in order to get complete data analysis or done, or in order to get some insight from the data. But this is like one click away, so that you can get all the required details based on the query that the user has been asking. So this is about the application. And coming to the availability and the future plan. So GPT-4o rolls out its models or its features, in a stage in stages. And for now, we can use this freely, or we can be a subscriber for ChatGPT Plus, and then we can get the benefits from it. If I'm a developer, I can take this model ID, and then I can integrate it with this with the problem statement that I'm solving or the model that I'm building. And because of all these, the reasons which we discussed in the previous slides, it gives a faster speed, it has lowered the cost and high rate of limits, like the number of tokens it can analyze, in a minute. So that has been higher in higher rate. And then you know um, this is all about the availability right now. But when we talk about the future updates that we are yet to get, the GPT-4 Omni is yet to support or yet to roll out the feature of audio and video capabilities, which will like broaden the whole experience of it, and it can open up to endless application scopes. So this is about the future plan for this GPT-4 Omni. So let's look into a small code demo for this GPT, using this GPT-4 Omni. So here we have a code. Initially, the whole problem statement is to analyze a image, and then give the first one is analyzing an image, and based on that we can, the model can answer the query. So initially I have installed OpenAI, and here we have the model name, that is GPT-4 Omni, and then the OpenAI key. We have to give the environment access. And initially, I can create a chat window saying that you are a helpful assistant. Help me with the math homework. So I can just ask, hello, could you solve 20 plus 50? What is the value for that? And the model is able to give the simple answer, that is 70. So let's dive into some image processing using this GPT-4. So here in this code, we are giving the input as with the two format. One is as a URL format, and base 64 encoded like binary string of that input that we are giving, input image. So here we are giving the path of the image, and this is the image that I have given, which has a triangle with all the length mentioned in here. And here I get to open the image file and encode it as a base 64 string, and this is stored in this base 64 image path. And then here in the complete chat completion window, I get to ask the questions like, what is the area of the triangle, for example. So the model thinks over it, and then with the help of the mathematical reason that GPT-4o provides, so it is able to tackle this, complex, not exactly complex, but a mathematical problem, and it is able to give the reasons for it, and then has come up with the result saying that 10 square root 2 is the triangle area for this particular image that I've submitted. And then URL image processing. So this URL has the same image from where I have downloaded it. So again, the same question. So to find the area of this, and the results comes out to the same. So let's talk about video processing using this. As of now, the GPT-4 Omni is yet to roll out this feature with audio and video as an input, but we can solve this for some extent. We can do some integration with the whisper, and we can get the output as in we need it. So here I have installed OpenCV Python and MoviePy, which is required to analyze this, to get this data. So I have a video which has some keynote recap of GPT-4 Turbo launch video. Which is the previous model. So I have given the path of it, and then uh, here what it does is it cannot process the video directly. So what I'm doing is I'm dividing this video into its frames on the basis of some sampling rate, and that is what I'm doing here. And then I loop through all the video, and I'll get the all extracted frames from the whole video with some sampling rate fix. And then I'll extract the audio also from this video, because I want the whole thing to be analyzed, the frames as well as the
No, but
audio.
I thought in the roadmap you said the audio video
It
version
is
is
yet
not
to
yet
roll out.
released. Ah,
It is yet to roll out on the website, but the capabilities are also already there.
oh, okay, okay,
Uh,
fine.
so yeah, and it is not yet rolled out with the when I integrate this. Where is that? The model name, when I take it as GPT-4 Omni, that cannot directly do, but the it's already in the path to come into existence, wherein we can get to do things with the video and audio with a one click. So for that, but just to show how this might go, so I have done this saying that in a video. Um, I have divided it into frames, and I have extracted the audio, and I'll combine both the things, and then I can query on that. So this is how it might work when it comes to GPT-4 when it rolls out the actual feature. And yeah, again here it extracts 1 frame per second, and then uh, this is the result what we have here. So here we can see all the frames are extracted from the whole video, and also the audio is being extracted. So let's build some summarization model on this particular image frames and this audio input. So here we have uh, visualization. So on the basis of only this visual data, we can get a summary of the model. Let's say I'll take all these images from this frames generated previously. So I can ask some questions like give a summary for the model for the whole frames generated, and then it comes up with this a whole set of paragraphs saying that what was the summary of that. And the GPT-4 is yet to give the audio feature as well. So for that, I have just transcribed the video using Whisper model so that I can get the audio as a form of text and then analyze that to get the summary of it.
Rachita,
So
one question
yeah.
is that given a particular video
Hmm.
or maybe few videos, how we can or how the model will identify that from the first video I can um, choose some peoples are doing party. Now from the second video also, it should identify which particular clip is having party related snaps, or maybe in the third video. So to identify that particular clips across different videos, can it do that, or how it is able to do that? Do we need to provide something or any
So
idea?
Basically, it divides the whole videos into frames in this fixed sampling rate, and the base 64 conversion into binary string that happens, and by that it is able to provide the output. So this is how we do it now. But when the actual feature rolls out, it's like one click away, wherein we are yet to see how they have given this feature for the user's purpose.
That it is doing base 64, that is fine, but I'm saying that, let's say, there are multiple clips, so which clip has that moment, or maybe video one,
You
that
want a videos comparison, one video with another video. That
Yeah.
is not there right now. I think what she is doing is from the video, she is picking the frames, and that frames, that means images, and images analysis is happening here.
across videos without identifying a specific moment.
It's like for this example, I've just taken the summary of the whole model, or like for whole video, what it is
Video.
telling. Yeah.
Series of images.
Hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, in the initial stage, I have taken the visual summary based on the frames generated. I have asked the model to give out the summary of it, and it is able to give it. And then the second way I can get it using the audio. So I have used Whisper One model so that I can, whatever is there in this audio file, it is able to transcribe it, and based on that, it is able to give the summary of the whole video. But when we talk about combining this, integrating this multimodal inputs like audio and visual, this is what GPT-4 will be doing. So this will integrate this audio and visual, all this contents, this frame along with the transcribed text. So on the basis of that text, it is able to give a detailed summary. So we can see that, of course, this has a huge content, and like it has very detailed information present over here. So this might be a better feature when we talk about audio and video multimodal capability of this GPT-4 model in the upcoming time. And then the second one is like we can do the question answering on that. Again, initially have done with this visual QA based on the frames generated. I can just ask some question and tell the model to answer that, and the model can answer. But again, like the previous models, when I said, I mean, previous example, how I said like only audio or video alone cannot, might not get the complete grasp of the whole context. But when it is combined, when all these multimodal inputs are combined, it is able to give a better answer. So this is about how the GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4 Omni is going to work when it comes to this video and audio inputs. So this is about the code demo. So coming to the conclusion, so GPT-4 Omni offers a robust solution for developers like who are looking into integrating the advanced AI capabilities into the various applications, or to solve any or to tackle any problem statements. And its ability to process and understand the multiple data types through a single inference not only simplifies the development process, but also enhances the potential of what an application can achieve. So it's like way huge. And as you can explore the possibilities of this with this GPT-4 Omni, so we have to remember that the key element for the successful integration lies in understanding the model's capability, and like how the model works, and in the back end, and how we can tailor the model in order to meet our specific needs of the application that we are building, or to tackle the use case. So we have to keep this in mind, and by following all these guides, we can now have a solid foundation to start with this GPT-4 Omni and in our projects. And the future of this multimodal AI ability is, it's very bright. And with the tools like this GPT-4 Omni, it is within the reach for the developers to create more intelligent, more responsive, and more interactive applications or the use cases to be solved. So this is about a high-end review about and the brief about this GPT-4 Omni. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Audience, any questions?
Yeah. One is, you took 3 minutes, 30-second video or something, right? And you converted into frames, 1 frame per second. And those maybe 200 images it might have taken for sampling, and audio of 3 minute, 30 seconds. So totally to get the output, okay, the summarization as well as that, how much time it took to run
Uh,
whole thing?
just a minute, I can just get to know here. So when I combined both the things, it took around 1 minute 14 seconds to complete the summarization along when I took both image and image frames and this audio transcription together.
Audio through whisper. Yeah.
So when I took only this individual, the video took a little longer, like around 1 minute, I guess, and then this audio summary with that is because it is a text, it could do the task within like 15 seconds.
Okay. Okay. Again, whisper time also you have to count. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
and
question. Sorry, go ahead, RR.
one last question. Like, any expectation when direct audio or video in 4.0 APIs may come up? They
Not
may
sure
release.
though. Yeah,
Okay.
not sure. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Very nice session. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Rachita, this outperforms Claude 3 Opus.
Not, it is almost giving a tough competition to it because this Anthropic Claude 3 is very powerful. This is when we talk about keeping the data in the private cloud, it has its own perks. So it is giving a direct competition to the GPT-4 Omni, I can say that. Because the capabilities is almost similar when we talk about this benchmark datasets.
Right. So these companies are trying to outdo each other.
Yes, exactly.
Now there's pressure on other companies to launch something which will beat 4.0.
Yeah,
Uh,
or else a GPT might come with enhanced feature than this for Omni. Never know.
there was a question about multi-video intelligence. So that can be done, Partha, by transcribing all of them and creating a combined index, right, in the embedding vector. So you can have cross intelligence across videos.
Can
Should
you
not be
explain this
difficult.
video once again? This one, cross
No, you
intelligence.
can take 3 videos, you can transcribe them, right?
Yeah, for now, what I've done is transcribing the audio and then based on the textual data which I've got from it, I have done the RAG on it. Yeah.
But if we do not have the transcribed, only have the video, now model has to identify within the video span where is that moment comes up.
It gives the it gives the output, but it might not be as satisfactory when it when the model is able to uh, give a connection with the audio and the video frame. So it might not be that enhanced result, I can say, response
So we
we can
need
get from that. Yeah.
we need
Yeah, you could convert it to image frames, right? Video becomes
mm,
frames with related audio. So the
mm.
audio plus image frame, then you can try to embed it, and then you can create a mixed embedding vector across videos. So image frames with audio across videos, but accuracy may be low because audio, visual audio, and video capabilities are still not out there.
Yeah, alone it cannot give much of a better response for the user.
And in addition, we have the transcript text also.
Huh. Yeah, so for now, we can get to do this using Whisper, which is very good at its work. And because of that, I could do this transcription. But this GPT-4 Omni will be coming up with everything at one place so that we can analyze the video and audio at the same time and get the model or use case built upon this feature.
Yeah, and today's morning's Hames leaderboard that from Stanford. So their Claude 3 Opus is still one, and GPT 4 the second one.
I didn't get you.
I'm talking
No,
about the
there
leader.
was an evaluation webinar by Chandnika.
Okay,
In that,
okay.
she is showing that on the Helm benchmark data set from Stanford,
Mm-hmm.
Claude 3 Opus is still ahead of GPT-4o. So,
Okay, okay.
The
so
interesting fact is Claude Theopus might have published before GPT-4o, but still it is one, and GPT-4o is the latest one. Still, it is the second.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I
mean, it's
get
hard
it.
to say, right? So that was a Stanford benchmarking. So
mm,
Mm.
Opus, this OpenAI could contest that result, right? They could say, well, we don't agree with the Stanford benchmark.
yeah, yeah. So
Right? So
that's the question comes that which leaderboard becomes the unified one to accept?
right now there are too many.
Too many.
It's hard
True.
to say which is the most reliable leaderboard.
Exactly.
So
There are so many. So there is
yeah,
still
So,
no point as a single go-to leaderboard, which should be the uh, ground truth for across all
yeah,
leader.
you need a leaderboard evaluation metric now. So
Exactly. So I was thinking about that, that there should be something unified leaderboard that takes across
equal.
all the AI spectrums. Otherwise, people
yeah,
get confused very easily. So many leaderboards are different techniques, different data sets, different the column headers there.
yeah.
So we have to have one organization which gives like ultimate test result.
Yeah. Now, who are the old people? They'll say that we need not, because now, maybe 1960, 1970s, we had x32 instruction set in computer. Then 1980
Yeah,
came x64. So we don't need a unified leaderboard. Different instruction set, similar way, different leaderboard is also fine. So kind of a
yeah.
discussion point.
Yes, yes. Agree.
One or two questions on chat, Rachita. You can check the chat.
Which library did I use? Um, for this transcribing, you're asking.
So for creating frames out of video.
Okay, okay. So it was mm, so just to the binary conversion was done here, and for the library to in order to get the input frames, I have used movie dot editor and CV2, all those things.
OpenCV, huh? Okay. The FM peg can be used as well. Yes. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Any other questions, folks? For
I have a question. I just want to
Am I audible?
understand how these tokens are being consumed. Let's say I do search something on 4O and I see some few tens or hundreds of tokens being consumed. So what is the metrics like how these tokens are being consumed?
Uh, as in you're asking the rate limit.
Yes.
Just we have to explore more on that part. But as of now, we know that it has a higher rate limit compared to other models.
Okay.
token is roughly a word, right? So if you ask a question which is 5 words, so it is roughly 5 tokens consumed, and then the output it will generate. So those are the number of words will be roughly equal to number of tokens consumed.
But I have tried that, but doesn't seem right because if I put 5 word, that doesn't mean take 5 tokens currently.
No,
It
no,
takes
it
much
is
more than that.
0.75. I
Yeah.
think it's a
Yeah.
0.75 ratio.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
it's not
But
one
it,
to
it
one. It's 0.75
but
ratio.
it changes for, let's say, if you are either putting an audio or a video, right? Then that would change, right? That consumes more
Correct,
in terms
correct.
of videos.
That's right.
Okay. Thanks for the session. It was a good session.
John, you had a question?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, I have one scientific question. My friend is working on an experiment where he actually sets up a high-speed camera and uh, w- uh, so an aeroplane wing will be there. It's a fixed board, and he will see the amount of. I mean, he will record the amount of vibrations through this high-speed camera with the high sampling rate. So to study this kind of displacement, I mean to find the displacement with this high sampling rate video, will this work?
Maybe not now because the feature is yet to roll out, and the enhanced feature of this has to come as after the primary goal is achieved. So I guess it is yet to achieve that sort of complexity.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, any final questions, folks, before we close the webinar? Uh, okay, thank you for joining. Thanks, Rachita. Excellent session. Let's do
Thank you
more.
for joining.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachita. Good session.
Thank you. Keep joining the other sessions as well, which will be on every weekends, so that you get to enjoy these contents from us.
And also thank you to Mr. Vivek, who is trying to host all these for us.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much.
Thank you so much.